if they make a mistake, also Laura Valore and Tereza Jelinkova might have a chance, but definitely the battle is between those three. We have Elena Bertocchi now finishing her competition with a reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist, well executed. We'll for sure see her in the final this afternoon. So considering, as I said, Suda Koprulu at 163, she was at 163 after 4 dives, average of 40.8 points. That means we're looking at 203, 204, 205 points to make it to the final, pretty much like last year, where divers needed 204 points. Forward 2.5 somersault pike for Lena Hentschel. We will also see her this afternoon. Very well executed, clean entry, extremely high jump. 7.5, 8 for her, 58.50. Very, very well executed. Same score as same total score for this dive as Michelle Heimberg in the second round. Is the highest scoring dive of the competition, 58.50. Now Laura Valore, forward 2.5 somersault pike for her as well. She loses control of her feet getting in the water. We might see it here from the replay. She gets in the water, she twists a little bit with her hips. Judges noticed that. It was a clean entry. It would have been 7s if she didn't do that mistake at the bottom. 204.50. That's exactly what was needed last year for 12th place. Now let's keep an eye on Laura Valore then now, because that's where Oona, Suda, and Nina have to get to be in the final. Maud van Kempen, forward 1.5 somersault double twist, no chances of making it to the final for the Dutch diver. First experience ever for the 19 years old diver from Eindhoven. 4.5 for her. Very young diver. It's a chance to gain some experience here. We'll see more of her in the future for sure. Mariani Shanidze, 17th place. Huge mistake for Mariani in the previous round on the reverse 1.5 somersault pike. She, until the 4th round, she still had a chance to make to the final, but then dropped down in the rankings because of that reverse 1.5 somersault pike. She closes with the back 1.5 somersault half twist, the lowest degree of difficulty in the competition, 2.1. Well executed, not perfect, slightly short, and definitely below average score because of the degree of difficulty, but 5.5, and she goes at 181.80. And here we have Michelle Heimberg on the board, while I can, after the dive of the Georgian diver Mariani, Lena Hentschel is mathematically qualified with 243 points, obviously, but that dive gave her the mathematic qualification. Reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist for Michelle Heimberg. Not very clean in the entry, not a perfect job grabbing her hands, but very, very high jump. Not bad at all. 7s, closes at 259.55. She's also mathematically qualified.
Representing Czechia,
Let's see, Tereza Jelinkova, forward 1.5 somersault, 1 twist, lower degree of difficulty than her competitors. She needs at least 8s to have a chance to make it to the final. And that is not going to happen. Doesn't get vertical and straight in the entry. See it here, how many splashes come out. Just 5.5 for her, 36.30 on this dive. And even though she's 7th right now, she'll most likely, unless there's going to be many surprises from now on in the event, she's not going to be back on the boards this afternoon. Here we have Suda Koprulu, the Turkish diver, in front of the home crowd, performing a reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. She was in 12th. too bad. She leaves the dive way too short. The hurdle was good. Did not struggle there. She just doesn't, she's too anxious of going for the dive when on the board. She doesn't take enough time to press the board down and bring the arms all the way up. 195.70. That is definitely not going to be enough. Just 4 and 4.5. Too bad for Suda. She did a very good job so far until the very last dive. Too bad. Yeah, also the big mistake on the back 1.5 somersault pike. She lost a lot of points in 2 dives, the 3rd and 5th round dives. Let's see if Nina can take advantage of that. Reverse, no, excuse me, forward 2.5 somersault pike. Easier dive for her. A forward rotation, doesn't struggle with the hurdle as she did before. And she definitely gets ahead of Suda once again. This, in my opinion, this should give her a spot in the final. Let's see what the judges think, though. 5.5 sixes. 207.20. Well, she is above average, but hey, it's not over. Let's see what the others are doing. She's not mathematically in, obviously, but is sitting at 207.20. Let's see what Oona Abbema, that we have those 3 divers in 11, 12, and 13 plays in the previous round. They're all diving one after the other. Let's see what Oona does here. A back 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. Oh, nice entry. Not very high. She doesn't. She's not patient enough to get as high as possible. Gets in the twist very early, but manages to get vertical. Let's see what the judges say. And she's ahead of Nina by 6 points, 213.40, and Oona is mathematically in the final right now, in 4th place at the moment. 213.40 gives you a mathematic spot in the final. Right behind her in the ranking, there is Nina Janmyr, that is not mathematically qualified yet. Amelia Forester, reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. Vertical, clean, but very loose in her core, not tight with her abs and back. Overall, not too bad, definitely above average. Yeah, and Amelia Forester is at 199.45, most likely not going to make it to the final. She's behind Nina, or definitely not going to make it to the final. Behind Nina, Laura Valore, and already behind Chiara Pellacani, even though the Italian didn't dive yet. Kaja Skrzek, 9th place for her after 4 rounds. Forward 2.5 somersault pike. Huge mistake for the Polish diver. This is a failed dive. Look at the hurdle, completely to the right side of the board, and touches the water with feet first. See, this is what I'm talking about. The diving preliminaries are not over until the very last dive. Look at that, a diver that was always within the top 12 ranked divers since dive number 1, all of a sudden fails the last dive and is out. Hope Kaja didn't hurt herself, her foot on that takeoff, but we saw Kubka finishing her preliminary round with a reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. Not very well executed, but she should still be in. Yeah, she is mathematically in, but just 3.5 from the judges on this dive. And now I can tell you, after that huge failed dive, huge mistake, a failed dive by the Polish diver Kaja, now even Nina Janmyr from Sweden is mathematically in the final. So far we have Michelle Heimberg, Lena Hentschel, Elena Bertocchi, Oona Abbema, Kubka, and Nina Janmyr, 6 divers already mathematically qualified. We have Aleksandra Bibikina, reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist for the Armenian diver. That should be definitely in the final this afternoon with this dive. Let's see what the judges think. Yeah, 6.5 and 6s for her. 243.55, and she's in 3rd place at the moment. Patricia Kun from Hungary, 15th diver in this final round. We got, after her We got 4 more divers to go. She closes with a back 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. No chances for her to make it to the final, unfortunately. And another dive that is not too clean in the entry, not strong enough off the board either. Most likely below average. Yeah, it is 36.25 points. She closes at 175.73 in last place. Let's see, Chiara Pellacani. Well, I can tell you that mathematically now even Laura Valore is in the final. We already have 8 divers mathematically qualified. Chiara Pellacani now. Inward 1.5 somersault pike. She pretty much had only to do the dive to perform and complete this dive to make it, because she was at 204 points, right behind Laura Valore, who's mathematically qualified. So Chiara now closes 254.55 in second place behind Michelle Heimberg with this inward 1.5 somersault pike, 4/7. Sweden, from Sweden, Elna Widerstrom. Elna is gonna show us a forward 2.5 somersault pike. For her, just a bit more than 10 points, like what is it, 12 points, 13 points to make it to the final in this last round. And she will get many more, I guess above 50 points on this last round for the Swedish European champion from Belgrade 2024. Yes, exactly 54.60. Elna is behind Chiara Pellacani in third place. 2 more divers to go. Kseniia Bochek and Diana Karnafel. And Kseniia is the first one going. Reverse 1.5 somersault, 1.5 twist. 27 points to make it to the final. And she'll get them. Not very fast. The hurdle wasn't perfectly in the middle of the board. You saw it there. And she shifts with her shoulders to the right side to recover. Still getting 48.10 points. 7th place for her at the moment, 222. She'll probably drop down to 8th place after her teammate Diana Karnafel. Last dive of this preliminary round, showing a forward 1.5 somersault double twist. Diana Karnafel only needs 13 points to make it to the final. Ooh, not very well performed. Most likely still getting those 13 points needed, but look at that, completely twisted at the bottom. Not gonna score very high if the judge, yeah, exactly. Well, luckily for her, she did a very good job in the previous rounds, but closes with only